In the spaces between lectures and lab reports, beneath the weight of textbooks and deadlines, something else arises on college campuses across the US. Something that a professor doesn't linger in grading, something that isn't covered within the syllabus, or something that isn't handed out during the commencement ceremony. Love. Or whatever we call it these days. The hopeless romantic within me thinks of love as the silent conversation between two that somehow turns ordinary moments into poetry. 4 years, for most, around 8 semesters to understand calculus, analyze literature, and plant the seeds for the rest of our lives, all while traversing our own concepts and ideas of love. It's wild when you put it into perspective. 1 minute you're stressing out about your linguistics midterm, and the next you're about to crash out because someone you've been seeing for 3 weeks has left you on red.
I'm Matt. I'm just a college kid who got really curious and decided to sit down with some friends and ask the questions that lie outside the class curriculum.
The transition into college is often regarded as a defining one, where you learn how to be alone. But once gaining the freedom, there seems to be many who realize that they crave the company of others despite finally having their own space. How does coming into college while being in a relationship impact this? Does achieving this independence finally allow you to do whatever you want? These were the questions I set out to find the answers to, and I knew just the people to ask.
Real talk, if we're going to get personal for a second, I want you to know, everyone at home, I have deep personal beef with the Bruins organization at this time.
Do you feel nervous?
Yeah.
You feel nervous?
Hey. We're not wearing a mic.
All right.
My name is Bree. I go to SNHU.
My name is Alex. I go to UML, and we're together.
We're dating.
I'm John. I'm currently single, and I go to Plymouth State University.
I'm Tyler. This is Maddie. So I go to the University of New Hampshire, where I'm a senior. And Maddie went to Plymouth for part of her freshman year, and then went to Empire Beauty School for estheticians to be an esthetician.
I'm Ryan. I'm single, and I go to the University of New Hampshire. Yeah.
Love, in theory, is one thing, but love in motion, in the everyday mess and magic of college life, is another.
Searching for the right way to keep my head above the clouds, to keep myself from looking down. It's harder than you think to live our days in happiness and worry about what happens next. It's harder than you think to. It's harder than you think.
So I would describe the dating culture at Plymouth as, I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag. Like, you do have general people who are just looking to meet up for that one night stand situation, and people that are just trying to like meet other people, go on dates, or just go hang out in town. I have noticed some stereotypes on dating in college. Like, there are a lot of people who literally do fit the stereotype of like they're hanging out with a different person every other week, whatever. I have 4 classes right now where every week I'm pumping out papers and lesson plans. Like, I have to go to various schools around the area for my program to get observation hours in as an education major. But I just have a lot going on that I need to prioritize, and obviously a relationship would be cool, but it's just, I don't have time.
Good morning. You guys grab a packet before you sit down, quietly find your seats.
One of like the biggest obstacles and challenges in dating that I've come across is really just kind of getting out and meeting people. I'm like that one guy that always preaches about like, oh, go out and meet people naturally, the dating apps are trash. I think everyone kind of has the holy trinity. Like, you have Bumble, you have Tinder, you have Hinge. I'm on like I crack the joke all the time that I'm on my 15th what's your favorite color, because like that's how the dating world's going for me right now. I don't know, it's weird to meet people naturally.
You can meet the last class, right? Yeah? Nod your heads. Cool, love to see it.
So honestly, like, I would say me not being in a relationship right now hasn't influenced me as much as it could. Like, granted, the last long-term girlfriend I had was my freshman year of community college, and I went on like a lot of personal growth with that. The nursing majors, it's 50-50 shot. They're either gonna be like the loveliest person you've ever met, or they're like literally a super villain. So just be cautious, because like they are incredibly intelligent people. Like the amount of drug names and all sorts of things they have to like know by heart and memorize terrifies me. So as for other specific attributes that I look for in college students, like I do want someone who actively cares about their academics, like they need to be there for a reason. She'll never see this. So I took this girl out on Valentine's Day, and we went on a nice date. It was nice, she was lovely, she was cool. But she low-key told me that she uses ChatGPT for literally all of her assignments. But like, she's an English major and she told me she wants to teach. So like, I had a visceral reaction to that. I have never and will never talk to her again.
All right, so real quick, just checking in. Raise your hand if you're done document A. Document A, the first one.
I would say respecting boundaries in a college relationship really isn't that hard. I know like the whole big thing is like, oh dude, she's going to Miami for spring break, it's over. If the person's actively disrespecting your boundaries consistently, I don't think that's indicative of a college problem. I think that's an indicative of like their problem. I would say social gatherings definitely play a decent role in college dating. Like, oh, if you meet someone at a party, they seem cool, exchange numbers or whatever, social media, whatever. You just have more opportunities to run into people and meet people. I'll meet people who are like, oh, you study anthropology? That's so cool. I've taken one class on that 3 years ago. Tell me about it.
I did. It was fun. Yeah. Hung out at home. What'd you do?
I don't believe I have too much of like a specific one way or another you should be in a committed relationship in college or not. I think it's really personal choice. Like, I think it's doable, especially if you go to the same college. I think it's doable. Long distance is a whole other animal. I did it once for like 2 weeks, would never do it again. Hard stop. No. I mean, if it works for you, that's fantastic and I'm happy for you, but it just didn't work for me. I do think hookup culture plays a significant role on college campuses. It's really easy. Everywhere you go, you're probably a 10-minute walk from someone's dorm room or someone's apartment or wherever.
And then there are some holding on to something so real and so brilliant. Even when change, distance, and living environments can add stress to the base of what they built.
Roommates here and there.
Yeah, roommates, because you don't exactly have your own space. It's a shared space, so you have to always be considerate of them, which makes it hard to have time together, the little time you do get to spend with each other. So for me at University of New Hampshire, I've been dating Maddie ever since like the end of high school. So I haven't seen too much of the dating culture at University of New Hampshire. Hasn't really been my concern. But I know for a lot of my friends, it's been pretty sparse for them. That's also could be them just not being very high quality candidates, no offense.
I think that being off campus definitely makes it easier. Whereas being in a dorm, it's not hard, but you can't really hang out without being in someone else's space.
It makes it hard to visit overnight just because the University of New Hampshire, you have to either pay like $20 a day for parking or immediately get like a $100 ticket. So that definitely posed some problems throughout the first 3 years. The environment I feel like has been helpful because I've had my own personal space a lot of the time, which I can obviously invite Maddie over to. I don't think I've had to make many adjustments. Is that the wrong answer?
The first 2 years, I could only see you 1 day a week because you're home.
I don't know. I was adjusting to living at college, and especially with a roommate, having Maddie over a lot was like a source of stress for a bit, I guess. And then I also struggled with not having a job for the first time in a couple of years. So I had to find a job, relearn how to learn, I guess, and then manage a relationship.
Would you guys feel comfortable talking about how you guys met? I know you guys met in high school.
Oh, that's a long story.
That's a story to tell.
And I would say in college, a lot of people are like, you shouldn't get into a relationship right away. Because I've heard a lot of my friends be like, oh, especially freshman year, like if you get in a relationship right now, well, it's never gonna last.
I feel like everyone wants the college experience, as they say, but that's like, I don't say. That's like a hookup culture that's never gonna last long term. So I feel like if you find your person, then stay with them.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people don't agree with if you find your person, stay with them. It's like,
but that's because they hadn't found theirs. I feel like after college, everyone wants to get married.
yeah, I think pretty much any relationship after college, I feel like both parties are probably thinking about marriage at some point. In high school, I don't know if relationships even count. They count, but it's like...
probably not like long term. It's very
yeah. No, my family hasn't mentioned marriage or put any pressure on us at all. They've obviously asked like, oh, do you think you're gonna marry Maddie? But it's not like I'm having external pressure or anything from them in my relationship.
Wait, pause.
Pause.
When was that?
I don't know, over the summer.
What?
My mom asked me, I was like, oh yeah, probably.
Probably?
Probably wasn't my exact quote. I was just like paraphrasing.
I want your exact quote.
I don't remember, but it was yes. I don't remember how I said it, but it was a definitive yes. I think being in a relationship through college has taught me how to make sacrifices and maybe be a bit more selfless. Because a lot of the decisions I make directly impact Maddie, obviously. So it helps me put thought into those decisions more. I feel like we're good at motivating each other and having like high aspirations for ourselves and each other and together as a couple, obviously.
You were the reason I was able to go to beauty school so soon.
What would you say?
I feel like it's just made us both stronger people because we went through a long distance for the first 2 years, which is hard. And it taught us to be our own person.
Yeah, so the biggest challenge was freshman year. She went to Plymouth State University and I was at University of New Hampshire. So it was kind of hard to find time to see each other because we were both busy in college. If you want to see each other, someone's going to have to commute 2 hours to and from, which made it hard. And then schedule's not always aligning when you're long distance means you can't always see each other like every week or whatever your time frame is. So it just makes it hard to see each other, and it also limits the time you can see each other. Agreed? I think one thing that really helped us is if anything pops up in the relationship where it's like something you don't appreciate, to mention it right away without letting things snowball into something bigger. So that goes with communication as well, but also with boundaries to set them early before things become big problems, I think helped us.
Yeah, definitely.
We don't do many parties or going out to bars or huge social events, but I think typically that's where a lot of relationships are started in college. It's where you're meeting a lot of people. And it's something that couples do together, obviously.
I I feel like that's where a lot of problems start, is with the going out a lot. Especially if you don't agree on it.
Sure, I feel like when you're going out, you know what a lot of people's intentions are heading out to the bar. And if you're without your partner, you know that your partner is probably getting flirted with, etc. It's more of a problem creator than anything else, I feel like, in college relationships.
I think you should go out and have fun, but not make it your lifestyle.
So dating in college comes with some difficulties, and they helped us with the blueprint of navigating those challenges. Maybe that's just a small sample size though. So I decided to hit the entrance of the dining hall to find out the general opinions of others.
My name's Kelton. I'm a freshman here at UNH.
My name's Eva. I'm a freshman.
I'm Tiago Mendez. I'm a sophomore.
I'm Brennan. I'm a sophomore.
I'm Joey. I'm also a freshman.
I'm Gia. I'm a freshman as well.
I'm PJ Cloutier Kennedy. I'm also a sophomore.
My name is Sean. I'm also a freshman.
I'm Audrey, and I'm also a freshman.
I am not dating anyone at UNH, and I have never dated anyone at UNH.
I just recently got into my first relationship. I've been dating for like a month and a half now. Before that, I've done absolutely nothing. I haven't been on like a single date.
I have never dated anyone.
Same for me as well.
I started dating my girlfriend Lauren back in September. First girlfriend, she's amazing, love her. Shout out Lauren. Other than that, no experience. I've been on a couple of dates, but nothing serious or really ever considered.
Only talking.
I think it's really good. I think there's a lot of beautiful ladies that go here, and it's hard to meet them all because there's so many.
Yeah, I think there's a person out there for everyone, and they could be here, it could be somewhere else. I think like the college rat doesn't like play a part in it. It's just like the person you meet.
I think that I feel like it's kind of hard to find someone for like an actual like long-term relationship. I mean, that's what I was looking for, and I don't know. I feel like it was pretty hard to like meet people, and there was really nobody like in my classes to meet, or I don't know. I found it kind of difficult. Like if I don't go like out to like parties or anything, I feel like it's pretty hard to meet people.
I think it's interesting. I think that a lot of people are in committed relationships, but I also think that there are a lot of people who aren't, and they like to meet lots of new people at parties and stuff, and like just see what the options are.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit for everybody here. Like everybody has their own little like groove, and like I think everybody can find someone for them.
I don't think it's that bad. I think if you're looking to pursue a relationship, you could go out and find one. I think it's all about just who you meet, how you go about it, and your intentions. And I think if you're looking for something, you could find it. If you're not, you don't have to find it. It's very up to the user.
I can agree with that sentiment. We're both mechanical engineers, so there's definitely some. If you're a business major, there's probably a larger ratio between the just gender gap, but the STEM fields for sure, there's definitely a much higher proportion of men in those.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Like you can definitely find what you want in a girl here. You can also find anything that interests you here. Very diverse.
I think it also just depends on like where you're actively looking on campus to try to find someone.
I personally am pretty against hookups. I've never been one like that. I'm more of the like to wait till after marriage kind of type.
I think that like if you're looking for something serious and like get attached quickly, it's not a good thing. But if you're just having fun, I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Like I definitely could understand like having some regret about like hooking up or whatever. It's not really for me, but if it's like something that I don't know makes someone feel happy, then and if that's what they want to do with their life, then I feel like they should do what they want. It's not really my place to tell someone what to do with themselves. I think not really for me though.
I wouldn't personally participate, but I think that people in general are free to do as they wish as long as both people are okay with it.
I don't know how Joey feels.
I think hey, you do you. If you want to hook up, sure. If you don't, it's all right. I mean, I've been more of the hookup type, but it's fine.
I would say the same. I think it could be potentially hurtful as well as anything else, but I think if you want to do whatever you want to do, then you should just do it. And, you know, anything could happen, so maybe not have the highest expectations, but, you know, you're young. I don't know.
I would agree with that sentiment. I've never really felt included in hookup culture necessarily, but I definitely have friends who like that sort of easy environment, the casualness of it. For me, I've always looked for something more serious and more committed, but like to each their own. Whatever floats your boat. Love comes in all forms, I'd say.
Yeah, I would definitely say you can find whatever you want. Like, you can definitely take it slow here, or you can go straight back to their place when you meet them. It's just whoever you find.
I agree. Definitely don't have high expectations, and if you catch feelings easily, don't do it.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, something stood out from those interviews, that someone can go through college without looking for anything romantic. So I decided to sit down with someone who could answer more questions about this perspective.
So, how would you describe dating culture at your university?
I'd say the dating culture at UNH is like pretty average. You know, there's some hookup culture here and there, but I've seen a lot of like happy couples at UNH as well. So I'd say it's pretty like average.
Do that. You can't just not do side quests in that game. Hey, you want to cut that out? It's like 11:57.
So given that I haven't been in a relationship during college, I'd say that it has kind of been both positive and negative, because it's given me a lot more time that I can focus on myself and like go to the gym more, to kind of like focus on my education more. But at the same time, I miss out on the things that couples do, like more emotional growth and like bonding in a relationship. Some of the factors that have influenced me to not pursue a relationship would probably be like the drama that comes with it, and then the time that comes with it. And I don't think I could mentally deal with that, especially while being at college with a bunch of other shit going on. It's just personally, I don't think I could handle all the that comes with a relationship.
Yeah, that was fun.
My friends have not really like pushed me or, you know, changed my views on dating at all. So other people have pressured me. I'd say my mom is probably the biggest one. She always jokes around with that, like, I'm gay. I think that's really funny though. So I kind of like, almost out of spite, even if I were to get one, I probably wouldn't tell her, because I think it'd be funny that she just thinks I'm gay. But not that there's anything wrong with being gay. I'm just, you know.
You getting the B-roll?
Get in the B-roll.
Good job, Matt.
I would say that casual dating seems to be like a bit of a problem, because like of that whole hookup culture. Those people aren't really taking relationships seriously. At least personally, I feel like you should be striving for like something like a long-term relationship.
Oh wait, he has I won't do that. I won't do that.
All right, so I had a lab session in, I think it was biology, and I had these really cringe couple, and they, like, you know, the public display of affection sort of couple, and they're like all lovey-dovey and like calling each other like their little play names in class. Really don't do that. Yeah, anyway, please put that in.
Hey, Peanut Butter Falcon!
Where are we going? You don't have to look at the camera.
Well, I think in general, communication plays a big part in any relationship. I mean, if it's like a romantic relationship or even like just a normal friendship, if I was and the person wasn't communicating with me, I would not like that.
Why would you not?
Why would I not like that? So I just would feel like I am not a priority and like they don't actually care. If you don't have that sort of communication in a relationship, like what the f is the point, you know? Like you're supposed to be talking to each other, I don't know, like.
Oh, Ryan's the cameraman, perfect.
Hi guys! So I think one stereotype is that like someone who isn't in a relationship might be like sad or something like along the lines of that. But like I feel like there should be kind of a switch because some people just don't need to be in a relationship to be like content with themselves. So I feel like there is a little bit of stigma, at least from like some people I know. There's like a stigma of like being alone's like bad, but I disagree. I think it's fine. There's 10,000 footprints over here.
Although for some students, college isn't just about personal growth. It's also about growing with someone else. So I sat down one last time to talk with some friends who considered the relationship with every step in their college journeys.
The dating culture at my university, I honestly have no clue. I've been with Bree for 5 years now, and that's my entire college career.
Yeah, and for me, I'm online, so it's pretty much just Alex for me. I think it's easier to date in college because we just get to focus on ourselves, and it's not, in high school, it's harder because we're younger, and nothing is set in stone.
Personally, I think it's probably harder to date in college. You don't see each other every day. How often do we see each other? Probably 3 or 4 times a week.
3 or 4 times a week.
That's probably normal. If there are exams, probably once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
We always kind of make time for each other.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why we work throughout college and we don't go to the same school.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we both decided to dorm at different schools, things would probably be really different.
That would probably be really different. It would probably be a lot harder.
Yeah. I don't even know if we'd still be together, honestly. I mean that in a bad way. I mean that I specifically didn't want to dorm because I wanted to be closer to Bree, and I didn't want to put myself in that environment.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
When I was taking my college, touring and stuff, I did take our relationship into consideration.
We both took it into account, definitely.
At one point I was thinking about UNH, but I would have had to dorm, and we talked about it.
Yeah.
And Alex told me that it would be much harder.
Which it would have been.
It would have been. And so I took our relationship into consideration, and I said I wouldn't go to UNH.
If we didn't have each other, we definitely wouldn't be on the path that we're on.
Move on to the next question, I guess. How important is communication? We kind of touched upon this, but I feel like we can.
I'd say miscommunication is probably one of our biggest.
But only over text. Once we call each other, we see the tone of voice. Our communication strategy is basically we don't let anything bottle up. So if one of us disagrees with something, we immediately tell each other when something is feeling off.
Yeah, if we have a problem, you kind of don't let it fester. I think that's the best way to succeed with a relationship in college. Because if you do, it'll just pile up and pile up and pile up, and then
it'll become bigger.
Yeah.
I think our communication has improved because of that maturity piece. In high school, I'm sorry to call you out, but Alex was a little bit immature, and and so I would have to kind of bring him back and tell him hey, you have to tell me when something is going on. We can't just shut down and not talk to each other and take space. I think not taking that space has helped us so much.
I personally think some of the best qualities about Bree that make it way easier. She's always happy, always positive, just very honest with me. That makes it a lot easier.
Our relationship has helped me grow in ways that I didn't think that I would. I think it's made me more outgoing too.
I've definitely noticed that in her.
Yeah. I used to be super shy.
Yeah.
And then with Alex, he's helped me become more social. I do things that I wouldn't have done before. I'm more into hiking. He's gotten me into more hobbies and stuff.
Me personally, she has made me much more of a patient person. I had no patience for anything or anyone before, and she taught me how to wait, so that's very valuable.
The question was to set boundaries.
Yeah.
I find it easier.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to talk to him.
I always make sure that she's comfortable with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Same with me. I always ask him, I'm is it cool if I do this? Not out of a control part, but more
just
of
out
a
of
respect. Jinx.
Bree wants to go to a bar with her friends or something. Just something stupid like that. At first, when we both turned 21, she would ask me. I'd be yeah, sure, I don't care. And it's the same, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
It's just a respect thing. When I turned 21, what did we do? We went to the casino, all the guys. And I think I asked you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I asked Bree. I was can I go to, what was it, the Encore? And she was yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
And John bought me drinks, and too many drinks. So.
What?
It's just for the two of us, there's no such thing as casual dating. We're dating to marry. We don't do that. But I feel everyone around us, kind of a lot of friends, they just kind of date around, and that's what they do.
And we've both kind of agreed that it's not necessarily something silly, but it's not for us.
No,
is what
not
we
at all.
realized. Yeah. We always say, "Oh, thank God we're out of the dating pool."
We honestly don't do a lot of partying.
Yeah.
Or going to clubs. We'll go to a bar together.
Mm-hmm. With our relationship, we don't really show interest in going out to places like that. We also did New York.
Yeah,
so
we'll go to New York
we like
together.
to travel. I think my family's culture has had a good impact on Alex because it has made him more patient. It's made him more traditional. On my part, my parents are strict. He has to talk to my dad. He asked my dad on our first date. He's can I take her out?
We couldn't see each other at night. at all, really. I would have to bring her home if it was the winter, like 4 o'clock.
And like he has that relationship with my dad now that like they both have a mutual respect of like boundaries. But now that they know Alex, we've been together for so long, they've definitely like let go a lot.
Yes, I would say Bree does have to adjust to my customs.
Well, because your family's so easygoing.
Yeah, she says that I say soy libre, which is like means I'm free.
It's like a Spanish saying, so I always tell him, you're like, eres libre.
Yeah.
And like he's like free to do whatever he wants. And like my mom on the other hand, she tells me, no eres libre. And I'm like, yeah, it's different. It's way different.
I was often told that college is where you find yourself, but more often, I found it's where you ask the real questions. Who are you when it's just you in the room? It is easy to think that being single means being incomplete, but there's a quiet kind of beauty in walking alone, in taking long walks with your own thoughts, and in finding the silence that can be a sanction, not an absence. Singleness in college is not a pause. It's not the before, it's the becoming. It's when you build the kind of life someone would want to be a part of, but don't need to be whole. Though real love can grow here, in between exams, job fairs, and midnight pizza. But it's not easy. Relationships are tested by distance, schedules, and the rawness of two people still trying to figure out who they are. Someone significant once told me that in a relationship, you either grow old or grow apart, and that's okay. Loving college doesn't have to mean forever. It's two people growing side by side, not tangled but rooted each in their own soil. It's about being honest, being present, and being consistent with a genuine heart.
So what have I learned? College relationships teaches you that love does not complete you. It does reflect you, but once you learn how to stand on your own, that's when love will walk beside you. Not to carry you, but to dance along with you.
It's divine. It's enough to let it flow, let it be. 'Cause you're everything that I crave in this life. 'Cause we're everything we can find in another life. Take my hand and my promises, they're yours to be held, and I want you. I only want you. Keep my heart and my honor is yours to be held, and I want you. I only want you for the rest of my life. My life. For the rest of my life. You're in my sight, in my mind, in the quiet and up front out loud, in the calm, in my spirit and the storm. 'Cause you're everything that I crave in this life. 'Cause we're everything we can't find in another life.